What Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's anime Nerdigan review is going to be for Busou Shoujo Machiavellianism. And for those Nerdigans that don't know how my reviews work, is basically I have the manga up right in front of me, and I'm watching the episode as I have the manga up to make sure things match. If scenes are out of order, I'm going to call that shit out. If they cut stuff out that's in the manga, I'm going to call that shit out. If it's word changes, but they're still within the dialogue of the actual, or the context is basically the same thing, or whatever the meaning is, then I won't call that out too much, unless it's supposed to be like a Shakespearean, spoken, like in Sugumomo, which they didn't do. But anyway, and I also call out facial expressions if they're different. But anyway, let's get into this anime. So, right off the bat, like, they just skipped the first part of this manga and went straight and skipped it to a little bit further in. But because what happens is the first part of the manga, or the first few pages of the manga, is about Nomura. And he has, like, swords and weapons in his fucking face. And what it says in here is, I don't have a nickname yet. My name is Nomura. I like freedom and peace. I dislike being forced to do things. Well, I did want to live my school life surrounded by girls, but this is a bit different from what I expected. I have no idea how things ended up like this. I only remember being forcefully transferred from a sudden gloomy place. Now it'll take some time before this person recovers from his version of reality and actually realizes the situation he's in. So until then, in order to understand what is going on between him and the masked girls in front of him, let's go back through their interactions from 1 hour ago. And by the way, for those that don't know, this is by the same mangaka as Shinokoi. But anyway, there's never been a society where armed girls don't exist. So basically, and this was skipped too. After going through the gates I entered, paradise. A bunch of chaotic structures, and all the inhabitants are armed girls, and hey, you, guys wear makeup. All this dialogue and shit, which I think they're gonna put, which they put, I believe they put in later. I'll double check, real quick. I'll double check my notes real fast. Okay, what they did here is they totally flipped the scenes and had, because we're supposed to have this dialogue with Nomura and, oh my god, hold on a second. And, also Kodera, Kuso, we're supposed to have that, like, before the meeting, but, and then it, you know, there's a little bit of in-between stuff, but, hold on, let me just make sure I'm right here. And, you know, I'm fine with them I kind of like the way they did it a little bit more, where they had all the meeting with the sword girls, all those scenes together. I just kind of wish that, and I kind of wish we had the Nomura scenes together, like before, because that's how it's supposed to work. And plus, we were supposed to have, you know, the swords pointing at him. So I guess we're not getting that. But whatever. But the dialogue, I will say thus far, there's like a few things here and there that are missing, but, you know, it's not too bad. The thing that bugs me the most, though, is the lines that, Nomura says about, that he loves quiet and freedom more than anything. He's not supposed to say it. He's supposed to be monologuing it. But he says it. It's just, that kind of frustrated me just a wee little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, this was skipped too. It could have said, Nomura could have said, please stop, in the manga he says, please stop a manga with that kind of setting, please stop, a manga with that kind of setting won't sell well. I wish they would have had, please stop, an anime with that kind of setting won't sell well. That would have been so perfect, but they didn't have it. And it's just like, God, why? And then, this was skipped as well. Well, this wasn't skipped about, you know, you'll only be able to dislike it now. You'll end up like this in a day at best. And what was it? You're kidding me was there. He said I don't have such a hobby. And he also, Nomura also said, how does it turn out like that? And then what happens is, hold on a second. Then Kuso says, where is that shit? It seems that you were sent here without knowing anything. Okay, I'll teach you. So, yeah, anime, why are you doing this? Stop it! Ah! Okay, anime, quit being bipolar. If you're gonna do all the sword girl meeting in like one scene, like do all that stuff in one sequence, and then go into Nomura and do his conversation with hold on a second. I have to look, my notes got all fucked up. With Kuzo in one section, at least finish it. I mean, this is such bullshit, anime. God, like, why are you doing this? Because, like, you're skipping shit throughout the fucking chapter. But yes, the context is there. Yeah, there's some lines skipped here and there. But, like, everything is really, really done nicely when they have the sequences. Because I don't know if they're going to still have this scene here. Is, when, Kuzo said, I probably butchered the name, but whatever. It says this, I think you've already noticed, but this, the crazy thing about the school aren't limited to the boys and the decoration. Girls are permitted to carry weapons like police batons in the name of self-defense. And Nomura says, then those girls group and tease you. That sounds pleasurable. He winks. And idiot, that's not the point. Listen, it goes without saying that these girls are scary, but what's truly fearsome, are the girls who have a special permit to carry real swords. And then, if you're looking at the manga, then it's supposed to go into the meeting with all the girls instead of all the meeting with all the girls in the beginning. I really wish it would have just followed the manga. It would have made more sense. Or hell, if you're going to do it this way and have all the Nomura scenes in one sequence and the girls meeting in one sequence, finish all the Nomura and Kuzo dialogue. Just finish that and then go into the meeting and not, like, be bipolar about it, because you didn't finish the goddamn dialogue. It's annoying the fuck out of me. It really, really is. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I'm on the right spot in my notes here. And, hold on. I'm gonna see if my notes are right about this. Just give me a sec. This was all skipped, and I don't understand. And this is between, Nomura and, hold on a second. Fucking notes. And Kuzo. It's between them. This was fucking skipped, and that annoys me, and that's why I kind of wish they would have had this in the beginning with Nomura and Kuzo's dialogue, and then go into the whole meeting with the girls. It would have made more sense. But this was skipped. They should be besides the troublesome shit that was actually there. Fuzo says they should be in the middle of discussing how to deal with you there. They rather should be deciding the order in which they will kiss me. Like, anime is starting to piss me off, and I've been saying this for a while, that something that anime does, especially with comedic mangas, is they take all the comedy out of it and make it too serious. And I'm scared that this anime is going to do the same thing. I just am bothered by it. But anyway, this is... let me continue with what Kuzo says here. That was skipped. Every boy that transfers here was a man of valor outside, but they all got defanged here. Or basically castrated. Wait, weren't you all castrated instead of corrected? Were you only defanged? Anyway, I don't like this. It might well be the perfect place to look down on people. Yeah, that was all skipped. And this was skipped as well. But if they try to size me up from that place, they won't get a glimpse on me. I could teach them how good of a man I am if they just came down and made contact with me. Bang. And then it goes into the Empress scene, but, like, to the Empress looking down at Kuzo. And I wish that, like, up until the, like, the majority of the meeting was shown or actually, you could have started the meeting scene, like, right here, anime, and I would have been fine with that shit. But no, you did not do that at all. But I will give the props that if the scenes that they're actually doing in here, with the exception of the Fuzo stuff, Kuzo and, Fuzo stuff, like, it's pretty spot on, and I'm very happy with that. This was also skipped by Kuza and Fumora as well, and I'm getting really mad while I'm watching this anime. You have no goddamn idea. While watching this anime, I got pissed because this was skipped as well. Why do you think I'm going to be in the same class as you? You're a second year, right? Then there are only 13 classes you can be in. I've already told you about the 5 swords, but among them, there's a woman called Onigawara Rin, who's famous for her prominent hate of men. She's so merciless that most of the transfer students quit school, and her class always has less people than the others. And that's class 13, huh? I see. Skipped. Thanks a lot, anime. Good grief! All I wanted was a peaceful school, was a free and peaceful school life. Why does it always have to always turn this bloody? You ended up here and dared to say that? Let's be clear on this. Freedom and peace are pretty much unrelated to life here, okay? If the same goes for love affairs, my body won't last. Like, why did you cut that? Like, stop sucking the comedy out! Like, it's really annoying. Don't worry, you're not going to be popular anyway. Like, why wasn't this in here? Like, you just skipped straight to homeroom. And fucking, this is what, Nomura says, and he's like fucking with Kuzo a little bit. He like pulls him close and says this, and he like has this menacing look on his face, and I really wish they would have shown this. That's your damn weakness. Your legs are really feeling it. Leaving that aside, how did you manage to survive in that class? It's easy. There's only one way to survive here. Throw away your dignity as a man and live as a woman. Like, why aren't you showing this? If you show your allegiance, neither the 5 swords nor the other girls will harm you. You better do the same for your own good. You not only gave them your upper fangs, but the lower ones too. This was skipped! Why? Don't screw with me. What I can't stand the most are threats based on violence. You idiot, how do you plan to fight armed swords women with no weapons? You see, I have a weapon, My positive heart! This was skipped! Why? This should have been in here! Like, stop taking the comedy out of the anime! Like, throw that damn thing away! See you later, Masuko. I have to stop by the staff room. Jeez, I don't care anymore. You're going to turn pale once you get to the classroom. I can't wait for that. And then it goes into I remember now, and that's how we got here. And I would have loved to see, like, I would have loved them to do it, like, a perfect manga, an anime adaptation of this, like they did for the most part. There was a few things that were kind of bad in Tsukumomo. Like, there was a few things. But, like, why can't you do something like Boku no Hero Academia? Why can't you do something like Tsukumomo is, even though it has its flaws, Tsukumomo is better than this shit. I will give Tsukumomo that. But, it's really annoying. Oh my god. Because, like, after, like, about 6 minutes, the opening song starts, and that's why I didn't cover the opening song right away. The opening song is so perfect. I love the song. I love the sequence for it. I love that we get to see, like, all the girls and even the bear. So goddamn cute. It's perfect. I fucking love it. And we got to see the gloves. We get to see him going up against Empress, which is going to happen, which I don't think has happened yet, or I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read this manga. It's been like a couple weeks. And I've been binge reading the fuck out of Naruto and just finished 700 chapters in like 5 days. But anyway, but I really, really like the song. I love that kind of music, and it totally fits this anime pretty well. Okay, where this is in the manga, like, after the opening song, this was completely skipped, and I really, really wish, like, before the opening song, if they would have done this right, it would have said, I remember now, and that's how we got here, and it's been about 0.3 seconds since the beginning of the flashback. That would have been so nice, like, if we had something like that, but we didn't. And then Kuzo is like, see, I told you, that's what you get for underestimating the school after all my warnings. geez, and our homeroom teacher just went somewhere. My classmates should let me introduce myself properly. There's no need for that. We don't know if you'll last here today. And you are a volunteer for becoming my friend. I'm about to teach you that. Like, stop being so serious. This manga is not serious. It's supposed to be funny. This is not funny. Well, this was skipped as well. And they added some bullshit about Rin introducing herself here. Doesn't happen here. But anyway, what Fumura says here, wait, I kind of understand this, but I'm unarmed and you're planning to torment me with a group of armed people? Worry not, I'm correcting you by myself. If you need any weapon, any sort of weapon, I shall give it to you. Let's see. And then he said, hold on a second. Then, like, they're explaining to him what the 5 swords are, but Kuzo's supposed to basically do that. And this is this is really getting on my nerves. You have no goddamn idea. But this was also skipped as well. When Fumura says, then give me Nomura says, excuse me, I don't know why I said Fumura. Nomura says, they give me a megaphone. I want to help. I want to call for help with a loud voice. And he's winking at Rin. You don't seem. And then Rin goes, you don't need seem to need anything else with that sharp tongue. I'm not resisting, you know. Your mouth is good for making comebacks, but doesn't have the nerve to bite. They say dogs who bark don't bite. Well, abuse me however you want. I feel like peeing, so I don't have time for this. I will say this, and you heard me talk about this dialogue earlier. This was somewhat mentioned earlier on in the manga. Again, they're having the girls explain it to him, which is kind of annoying because it's supposed to be Kuzo that explains this to him. It's just like, come on, man, stop it, stop. Hey, this is somewhat right, but at the same time, I read the dialogue to you already. This isn't the same thing. Stop it. I hate when anime does this. It's annoying. Oh, and this was also skipped too from Kuzo. Stop blabbing. It gives me the chills, but this isn't going so bad. Just don't resist. Certainly, I was wondering how strong of a man he was for Amo to speak like that of him, but how idiotic. Okay, correction. The dialogue for part of this scene is right, and I read part of it to you already about the megaphone, but I really wish they would have done a close-up of the face, because you don't get to see the snarkiness in him at all, because he's mocking them. That's what Nomura's doing. Nomura is fucking mocking the girls, and we don't get to see that when there's no close-up of the goddamn face that shows that, and we don't get to see the wink. It's very, very annoying when you do this, anime. Hold on a second. There we go. Oh, whoops. My stupid commercial thing. I wish they would have done a little bit more of a close-up on Rin's face when, and also Nomura's face, Nomura's face. They did do it for a little bit, but the eyes, I don't know, the eyes didn't look right. But he didn't say that he was a Japanese, he didn't say that he was a Japanese man. You're surprised the Japanese guy could stick up for himself. I wish they would have had that in there. But what Nomura said here, that's kind of bothering me, that was kind of skipped. Because, again, this is supposed to be comedic. This is, like, stop taking the life out of the anime. For real, you won't go back on your word then? Go back on your word, and then Rin says naturally, and then at least they got Nomura, like, going looking up girls' skirts, because that's what he does. He actually does that. It's pretty great. This was not mentioned by Rin either, that, because the building is like 3 stories tall. That should have been mentioned. But what she says here, I thought, or what she's thinking is, I thought he tried to escape through the corridor. That place is about 3 stories tall. The entrance to the auditorium is on the 2nd floor, so he can go down there. And then what, this was skipped by Kuzo, was so he was investigating from below back then. He's unexpectedly astute. And this was correct. He says, I think I know why you got here. You love freedom too much. You weren't supposed to say it, Nomura. He was supposed to think it. Just stop it. And that's difficult to have at the same time as peaceful as it is, especially for a boys' school. And then he's supposed to land. But I did like the smell you later. I thought that was good. Correction, Kuzo actually said monologued most of his dialogue. I was wrong. I will take it back. I looked at the wrong part of my notes. Again, the comedy was skipped because what Nomura is supposed to say is after the tie is cut, he goes like this with his fucking busted up tie. He says, gee, that was cruel. This was new. And then Rin says the sword isn't sharp, but I can still cut things with it. And then he kicks it. And then hold on a second. This was skipped as well. Instead, he wasn't supposed to say shit about his head getting cut, but Rin says leg techniques, and then Nomura is thinking, she's watching my blinks, and she's wearing that mask, so I can't aim for that. What a dirty woman! I'm pushing you down. Whoa! And then he blocks the sword again. Okay, never mind. He does say it was just out of order. He's supposed to say, if I continued like that, my head would have flown away. It wasn't after the tie was cut. It was after he hit the sword with his leg. But, yeah. Stop skipping shit! And screwing shit up. I don't like it when anime does this. Unless it flows right, which it somewhat did earlier, but it didn't do it later on in this episode. I could tell you that much. Another thing that frustrates me about anime, and they are bipolar on, inner monologues. And Rin has this one that was completely skipped. She says, the smell of my kind, even if he uses kicks and tackles, I can feel it. The smell of my kind. He probably has an innate disposition, but it's evident he's trained hard. However, he didn't start with nothing. Moreover, the position of the callus I saw back then, he's different from Amu, who cuts people barehanded. But he also knows everything on how to fight unarmed and uses that how to judge techniques. You could call him a swordless swordsman. Yeah, why didn't you do that, anime? That monologue kind of is important. But anyway. Okay, this was skipped as well. What Rin said. I normally train using a stick around 1.55 meters and about 16 kilograms. You can't swing such a thing with brute strength. You must use your hips and breathing to do it. Phrasing! And then it goes into the school, which is correct as well. This was I did like the dialogue that they did for mirrored breathing. I thought that was really cool for the explanation. Something that they did skip as well is more inner monologue with Nomura saying, Shikin Kegaryu, huh? No wonder she knows a lot about breathing. I knew her countermeasures were too thorough. All swordsmen are fragile when you attack the opening made when they're breathing, but she limits them to movement where it's difficult to attack her when she's inhaling or falling back. It's so-called constrained respiration, controlling the natural breathing on will. And then, she thinks that after the Ryubi, or the Dragon Tail, she says, this man's martial arts, I can feel an earnest, straightforwardness completely opposite to his frivolous attitude in them. If not, he would have been able to get a hold of such power. That makes it even more irritating. And then the rest is right here in this scene with the unforgivable. She said that it makes her mad. Unforgivables. That's fine, because I like the unforgivable more. And she says, I'm taking your head. She says, I'm taking your neck in the manga. Okay, this was skipped as well. It's starting to piss me off on how much shit is getting skipped. I'm sorry this video is going to be long, but you're going to just have to deal with it. Rin says in the manga here, like after she cuts the cheek, I have to wonder why you showed the explanation for the breathing, but you didn't show the an explanation for the sword technique like it did in the manga. It's just like, why? But anyway, this was skipped as well. To think you know about it, I guess you're showing more and more of your true character. Have you begun to Have you begun wanting to use a weapon? No need to worry. Even if I had one, it would literally become dead weight, even more than my nipples. The comedy, man! We need the comedy! I really don't like how Nomura's eyes are. It's just bugging me. Like, because if you look in the manga, he has like this lazy bedroom eyes look in his eyes. And you don't see it here. Like, it just is annoying. But this part in the scene is right, but it may continue to be tough like this. I guess I use my secret weapon. And then she uses the technique again. And I fucking love the gloves. I love them. I fucking love it. But it wasn't Rin who's supposed to say knife-proof gauntlets. It was one of the other girls that says, knife-proof gauntlets, However, Onihime's strike would crush bones on impact normally. For that not to happen, that fellow is parrying up-to-down swings with the back of his hand and mow downs with his palms. Never mind. Scratch that last comment. They did have it. They did have the. I thought it would look like Rin was thinking it or inner monologuing it, but no, it was one of the other girls. Thank you, anime, for making it that way. Let Me a String was skipped, but as cute as kawaii as that bear is in the classroom, it's supposed to be scary and not fucking kawaii looking. Like, stop it! Stop it! This was skipped as well. I don't know why you like skipping lines / scenes, but whatever. This was skipped. Hold on a second. Where the fuck is it? Rin is thinking to herself, he's aiming for my right hand. The fight is awesome, by the way. The fight is animated really nicely. I really don't like how they did Nomura's eyes. It's just still bugging me. He's trying, and then one of the other girls is saying he's trying to take Rin-san's extended right hand while parrying her slashes, and Rin-san is quickly moving her left hand upwards to prevent that, and is aiming for his hand after he misses. But then the scene is continues right. I guess this anime just doesn't want Nomura to inner monologue. Like, I've come to that conclusion. First of all, we're not getting explanations of the sword techniques, which the manga gives. You give the explanation for the breathing. Yeah, good idea. Why the fuck not? But this is was skipped. Where was it? Oh, it was right here. My bones are creaking. I'm becoming unable to slip away from her slashes. My chances of successfully performing an all or nothing tackle are pretty low. But no matter how much she controls her breathing, she can't keep herself from inhaling for so long. And then it's correct right here, where, you know, she's saying she'll definitely, you know, have to breathe at some point. And then Rin is thinking this, your intentions are obvious. And that was skipped. And they also is thinking, I'll defeat you before that. Yes, my arms won't last any longer is right. But Rin is thinking this, I'm in a pretty tight position too, but I can overcome this. I guess we can't make up our mind if we're inner monologuing or not, because like this is skipped as well, like the strategy, which I thought was nice, being on the overwhelmingly upper position of using a sword against a barehanded opponent, the desire to show off to Amu Kiru, the time limit she established herself, the pressure of the opponent aiming for the moment she tries to catch her breath. All of those made Rin grow impatient, and Nomura calmly saw through that and missed the pain he was suffering. When striking the head, if the sword comes out from the right, it means that the force is in the right hand. That stiffens the shoulders and kills the blow's speed and makes the slash slant. He didn't miss that and slipped onto her. And then he goes on to say, both of their postures broke, and Rin was the first to correct her position, but Nomura didn't do so. Couple other things were skipped as well in this fight. I gotta say, when Nomura landed that blow, oh my god, that final blow was beautifully animated. I loved it. I love that shit. But this was skipped. There are 222 seconds left before homeroom ends. Hold on a second. I think I missed. I can't see this part in my notes here. Shit. The numbers match. Yeah, that was said. This is Sunki, which was skipped, and then the explanation is correct here, but yeah, I really hate when this shit happens. This was skipped after the mod-on thing, or the spirit bullet. What Nomura said. After the hey, who told you that name? Only one man called this technique like that. It was the guy who sent me to the hospital. Man, the person who told me that name was, and then we got the let go of Rini-sama, or Mistress Rin. Before I get to that kiss, this was also skipped. 111 more seconds. It's all ones. The kiss that broke the mask. Oh my god, it was animated so beautifully, and like the music that played, the comedic music was just so perfect. I fucking love it. No. I did like the whack too. I love when she whacked Nomura in the head. That shit was funny too. Like, I want more of that. I want more comedic shit in there. Like, stop making this so serious. This is not that serious of a manga. It's very comedic. There's one thing I want to mention. Nono calls Rin Oni-san in the manga. That's skipped. Or that's changed to mistress, but whatever. But the narration at the end was skipped as well. Humans often act like small birds. In other words, they can only pay attention to the prey in front of them. Like small birds, they are about to be attacked by hawks and eagles flying high in the sky. Yet they don't notice. And you see this the final shot is supposed to be of the Empress, and we didn't see that either. There was another line by Nono that was skipped. Hold on a second. Where was it? Oh, what Nono was saying, she said, or it was kind of just screwed up. She says, you say it's Nono's fault. Well, it is, but you were the one who did it. Like, not just shit about, you know, Mistress Rin and shit. But overall, like, I'm kind of scared what's gonna happen with this anime. Like, I really want more comedy in here. It's supposed to be funny. Anime, you need to stop taking shit so seriously, because you're taking all the comedy away from it. Sailor Moon Crystal definitely does that, and it's annoying. I will say this, though. Sugimomo doesn't really do, so far from what I saw with Sugimomo, the comedy is still there. It made me laugh. Like, this is supposed to make me laugh, because when I read this chapter a few weeks ago, I was cracking the fuck up. So I just don't understand it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this anime, at least this episode, especially the ones who have read this manga. Are you guys kind of disappointed that it's not funny? Like, it's just so frustrating. It's supposed to be funny. Stop taking the comedy out of manga. Like, stop it. I'm probably good. I might just have to do a rant just on that, because I'm getting sick of this shit. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you can do that. You can donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. And also make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel and friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below. And until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!